I have a couple of issues I still want to cover before our time is up, and I want to get through this tonight, and we're going to get through this tonight. I want to talk about religion a little bit. I've talked a lot in and out of this. The state of Christianity in particular, and I've talked about brands, and I really think the brand name sucks. We've really screwed it up. And the reason we have is because too many things have been destroyed in the name of Christianity for the last couple thousand years. And we got a bad rap for good reasons, because a lot of bad things have been done in the name of God. And it's not just Christians, it's every single religion, whether you're Muslim, Hindu, Christian, Jewish, Muslim, I don't care. There's been too much death in the name of God. And God doesn't need your help or mine to kill anyone. God is really good at figuring that out without our help. And the arrogance to think that we're somehow God's soldiers in some war, you're out of your mind. We're not. The creation will take care of itself in that way. The next revolution on this planet will be a very different one. Yeah, I expect there's going to be some really difficult times that we're facing, because there are. There's no doubt about it. But in the end analysis, if you look at even the Christian faith, its own book, the Bible, it says very clearly at the end of the day, you'll have a form of godliness, but deny the inner power of it. Look around. We're there. There's no power in most of these churches. There's no real belief there. There's a lot of doubt. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of anger too. And more importantly right now, there's a deep need for leadership and honesty. And that means it's time for a rethinking of what we're doing, a re-examination of who we are within our belief structures. Whatever we consider sacred, a re-examination of the sacred is well in order. I sat under a minister at one time, a man, and I'll name him Eric Hewlett, and he was one of the very few Christian ministers that I ever sat under that I felt got the idea. And he ended up his career, I chased him down a few months ago to find out what he had done in the last 20 years, and he ended up being a minister to ministers. But he had a job the whole time I knew him. He was a paper hanger and an Assemblies of God minister, but there was no building program. The space was rented. Only minimally. Not some big production happened. And then he was a minister to ministers. But the basic idea was you had a job, and he did. He ran a flower business supplying florist supplies and stuff. And he still does to this day. And he had a ministry too. He had a job, and he emulated the life of Christ, and I learned that from him. That's what he did, and he lived it full all the way through his whole life. Affected a lot of people positively, including me, because he lived a truth in a true way that was easy to see. He didn't have to say a word. He just had to be who he was, and that was enough. That's where we started this too, is just be who you are, that's enough. And there's a lot of people that parrot all the right words sitting in churches all over, whatever faith you're in, that memorize the right things, say the right things, and boy, they hope to God they did it right, but they still doubt. And I've covered that earlier. That's okay. Be honest with yourself. Definitely be honest with God if you doubt. Don't start your relationship on a lie. So be your own truth. Pursue it the way you believe you should pursue it. Don't listen to everyone else's story. And here's what's happened. This week got released by Gallup. In 1937, 73% of Americans participated in a weekly religious service of some kind. Millennials today, it's 36%, less than half. Why? What did the survey really say? Institutional distrust. Nobody trusts the churches. The moral compasses are gone because they don't have one anymore. They gave it up for tax deductions, so they can't be the compass that we need in the way that's needed right now, with honest, straight talk. We've lost confidence in government because they're just a bag full of bribery with a new name, and so few statesmen left, and just a bunch of parrots, parroting special interest nonsense. You have to start taking it on, one person at a time, working with each other. Try to find the candidates that you can believe in. Start at the local level. Find people you can believe in, encourage them, and then learn how to lead from the standpoint of lifting. You know, the principles that we've been talking about today are all about that.